No, I understand. But,
welcome all of you. It's a real pleasure to get to know you and to welcome you here in Washington. Delegation from 3 countries, from Brazil, from Costa Rica, and from Uruguay. We are very happy to welcome you here in Washington this week. I would like also to acknowledge some of my colleagues from operations, from the bank, and also from the PREM network that is also co-sponsoring this high-level roundtable on the right to health and universal health coverage. I just wanted to put this initiative in the context of what we do in the World Bank Institute, to maybe shed some light with the approach that we have been piloting. So this is an initiative, as was explained, on priority setting and equity and constitutional mandates. And again, it's a joint undertaking with the PREM network. And the way we have been working over the last couple of years is the initiative was launched in 2010 in collaboration with the American Court of Human Rights, the WHO, PAHO, and also the Peruvian Constitutional Tribunal. And the objective of this initiative is really to create a space for different part of government and outside government that typically are not necessarily talking to each other or working with each other. So creating an informed space where the information can be available, and also creating a process by which these different parts of the government or the legislative and so forth can and judiciary can talk to each other and engage in a process to find solution to frankly, some of the very difficult problems that they face. And I don't have to tell you what those problems is, because you live them on a daily basis. So the question is, how can we address that? So the key question, as we all know, is how to allocate resources and effectively, while at the same time realizing the right to health. And the way we have been thinking about it and piloting this experience is really sort of represent the approach that we are trying to implement at the World Bank Institute, which is to say, when we talk about capacity development is not only about knowledge transfer. It's not only about putting some knowledge through conferences or through learning events and so forth. It's much more than that. And what we have come up with is the idea that besides knowledge and the availability of knowledge, so the open knowledge agenda, that everybody should have access to knowledge, there are a couple of other pieces that are very, very important. The second one is really what we call the collaborative governance. Again, it's the idea that for any specific problems that we face, whether they are in health or in other sectors, you have a number of stakeholders that are very important and that need to be brought into a dialogue. And so we are talking about multi-stakeholder dialogue, so that the stakeholders that are involved in any specific topic can be brought into the conversation. And then there is another piece that has to do with bringing innovative solutions to the problem. Whether we are talking about the use of technology or the use of different approaches, very often innovation, and innovation, by the way, happen in all the countries that we have in this room and beyond. And if we are able to draw on that innovation and bring that into that mix with open knowledge and collaborative governance, maybe we can ignite change. And we see very much ourselves at the Institute and with our colleagues from PREM as being catalysts for change, where we can actually put in place the conditions for stakeholders to talk to each other and really together come with a possible solution. So the initiative started, as I said, in 2010, and it started with a series of knowledge exchange using the global distance learning network that we have at our disposal. And through these exchanges with several countries, I think the team was able to put in place the sort of basic framework or conceptual basis for what is turning out to be a multi-country and multi-stakeholder dialogue on judicialization of the right to health. And that was really the beginning of creating this really open space for knowledge so that knowledge can be exchanged and so forth. So that was the first step for us to create that platform. But as I said, we had to go beyond that. And the idea was really to create the condition for the countries to learn from each other and from the various stakeholders from learning from each other so that they can advance towards a fair and transparent priority setting process that progressively realized the right to health. And so what we have been trying to do is create those multi-stakeholder dialogue so that the condition could be set up for this collaboration that maybe did not exist or did not exist to the extent that was necessary. Exactly a year ago, to this date, the initiative and the partners deliver a high-level symposium for Supreme Court judges in San Jose, Costa Rica. And the main issues that was debated there was related, of course, to the right to health in Latin America. And it really set the stage for an approach that could address the challenges that the judiciary are facing. But it was also an opportunity to learn from each other and to start this difficult process of collaboration among different groups. Since then, since in the last year, there has been work at the regional level, at the country level, but also there has been a platform, and we'll be talking about that a bit more later, a virtual platform where a lot of the information is also being shared. And all of that, those three streams of work, whether it's regional, national, or this global platform, are really sort of being put together and provide the basis for learning and from engaging among peers. Incidentally, the team is also working on an e-learning application that will capture a lot of that knowledge and make it available way beyond the countries that are involved in that process. In December 2011, so the Minister of Health and Supreme Court judges and renowned academics also met from a number of countries: Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Uruguay, Peru. They met in Buenos Aires to discuss the beginning of an action plan. How can you address those issues and what is the way to move forward? And from that dialogue, as I understand it, and that's what we will hear today, countries like Uruguay and Costa Rica have moved forward quite well in advancing that process of national dialogue. And we will hear some of the results today. So there is a third piece, as I mentioned to you, which is innovation. How does the innovation fit in all of that? For us, we felt that the availability of information in real time to judges could really make a difference. So the use of technology and the use of real-time information through that platform, which is a web-based platform, the Saluderecho net, as was explained to us a few minutes ago, has been a way to inject some innovative way of linking practitioners and providing information. And there are 300 people that are registered on that platform, about 18 countries, extensive library of documents, articles, bloggers, video material, and even when there was some events taking place, the platform allowed to have a live broadcast of those events. So my sense, and just looking at that, is that approach not only epitomized what we are trying to do in terms of our approach to capacity development, But it also shows that within 1 year or a couple of years, that initiative has moved extremely fast and has really got some traction from various countries. So we are very encouraged by the early results of that initiative. Of course, it's something that needs to go beyond. We need to consolidate the relationship among the countries, among the stakeholders within each of the countries, and that's what we are set up to do, working very closely with all of you, external partners that are here today and those that could not join us for the day, but also, very importantly, our internal partners. As you know, in the bank, there are different parts of the institution, operations that are working on the analytical work and projects. We have the knowledge networks like the PREM network, which is, and Linda will talk to us in a few minutes, and also the World Bank Institute. So with this combination of external partners across several segments of governments and non-government actors, and the partners that we have internally, I think we have everything we need in order to move pretty well and further in terms of advancing this very important topic for health system, but also for the right to health. So again, a warm welcome to all of you, and I'm really looking forward to listening to the conversation today and learning from all of you. Thank you. Linda?